Welcome back to Crafting My Style. This is a Christmas card that we're doing today, and I absolutely love the way the red and white looks together. I'm using the mini striplet, poinsettia striplet for today's card, so we'll show you some fun things you can do with this. The dies we're using include the poinsettia mini striplet and the classic poinsettia, and we're also going to be using the pierced flags for our sentiment. And the sentiment will come from the Peace on Earth Clear Sentiment set. Okay. And as embellishment, we're using the ice snow, which is one of my favorite products, as you know. So I've gone ahead and I've cut the mini poinsettia striplet twice. We're going to do 3 panels across. So let me go ahead and pop this one into place. We're not using the outside cutting edge, just the inside decorative piece for this. Going to just line it up, get it as nice and straight as we can, put a little bit of tape on it, pop it onto our cutting plate and our base plate on top of it, and run it through. There we go. Check that, make sure it's nicely cut, looks good. Set that aside. And let me just give it a little pinch, remove my tape. And we can even run over this with the tooling one to take out some of the extra little bits. Okay, and just peel it back away. There we go. So you can see that's beautifully cut now. I've got the 3 panels. Let me tidy up a little bit. Now, one of the things I wanted to do with this card was to basically line these poinsettias, and if I was going to try to cut a little piece to match each one of those, it would have taken me forever. So let me show you a little trick you can do. Take your poinsettia, and I'm using the red card with these, the ruby red. Bring over your embossing mat there. We'll line that on top. And you can even leave your little bits inside of there, that's fine. And we're going to run that through. So now you can see where each of those poinsettias are. Let me just pop that through there. Okay. You can see all your different poinsettias. Now I've got one. What I like to do is just take a little white pin as an outline, and that way you know where to cut. So let me grab my scissors, and I'm just going to trim around this very quickly. It's not even a neat job because the die cut will actually hide the edges of that. Okay, so I just go around this real quickly, following my white gel pen line. There we go. And I'm going to do the last one on this one. I've gone ahead and done them all up until this point. So pop that down. I'm going to put a little bit of glue around the edge here, just to hold it into place and in the center. And then you just need to rotate it to find out where you need to put it. A little bit of rotation. In fact, I find it's easier to do it this way. So find the matching spot. That looks pretty good, right about like that. And then work it in there. Oh, wait, apologize, I'm off a little bit. There we go. So you can see they're all lined beautifully now. Now I'm going to have something else behind this. So I want some ice snow. So I've gone ahead and covered a piece of white card with a sticky adhesive sheet. I'm going to just peel this back, bring over a piece of copy paper, put that underneath me. There we go. And use my ice snow. So that'll show through all the open areas on those dies. Just move it all the way around, cover it all up. And then do a little bit of burnishing so you can take off all the extra bit. There's no sense in wasting it. There we go. And that will adhere it into that sticky sheet too. Okay, so set that there. And carefully pop that back into your container. I like having the bigger containers for this. It gives you a little bit of larger mouth to hit when you're pouring it back in. Okay, so now I've got my background here and I've got the ice snow. I'm going to put this on top. I've got some mounting foam behind here. But what I want to do is take off all my backing pieces and add some glue, because that is glitter, so you don't want to have to you want it to stick really well, so you want to make sure that you've got some glue on the back of that mounting foam. And I put some in all the little bits here on all my flowers. And then let me just add a tiny bit more on the back of the one that I've just done. That way it'll be nice and even. There's a piece there. Onto that and that. There we go. And put my glue on here, on each of these pieces, a bit around the edge. And I missed these center little bits here. Let me make sure I got those all nice and adhered as well. There we go. And glue, glue, the boring parts. There we go. Pop that down into place. Let me lean over, make sure I've got that centered. That looks pretty good. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to put that into the center of my card. I've already done my bit of piercing I like to do. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of this. There we go, that'll hold that. Pop that down into place. And we're going to add a bit of embellishment to that. Okay, so what I've done is I've made some poinsettias using the classic poinsettia, just out of some coconut white card. I've made 2 of them and I've offset them. But what I like to do is just kind of bling it up a tiny bit. So I've got an extra one here and we'll just show you. If you take your Cosmic Shimmer Dries Clear Glue and just go around the edges, and I'll just do 2 of them here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And then you can tip it into your ice snow. Now the glue will dry very, very quickly, maybe 10 minutes, and these will be ready to go. And you'll have a gorgeous little edge on your very simple poinsettia done out of white card there. Give it a little bit of relief by bending those petals in half. And you'll have an absolutely beautiful poinsettia. Let me set that off to the side. And we will pop this into place with a little bit of tulle that I've tied here. Got some little glue dots. We'll pop those right down there. And I have my sentiment I've stamped, and I've cut this out with my pierced flag. So we'll seat that across the 3 flowers. Oops, there we go. We can put our other poinsettias into place. I like to have the little one on the top and the bigger one down below. Glue dot there. We'll just cover the edge of that, and our tulle sticking out the side. How pretty is that? I think that's absolutely stunning, and just takes a little bit of extra work to line those flowers, but it's really easy to do.